How you doing? So, we want to give credit where credit is due. I don't usually give Kabam credit for what they do in the game because it's really just not a, you know, pretty terrible game most of the time. But, you got to give them credit where credit is due. They updated the arena rank rewards. So now, when it comes to the top 5% arena, you get the 5-star champion for the top 5%. And if you place in the top 400, you get the 6-star version of that champion. So that's really good. Something I said when it comes to when Quicksilver came out first time in the arena, that when 6-star rank 5s or 7-star champions come out, we're going to have over 400 million in the arena when it was top 100. So it's really nice they updated this arena. Maybe perhaps Kabam was listening to what I said when I made my arena prediction from Quicksilver, because we would have champions over 400 million when it comes to the cutoff for the feature arena, because of 7 stars, obviously with 6-star rank 5 as well. So you just imagine going just to place in the top 100 to get a 6-star champion, reaching over 400 million, maybe even possibly over 500 million. That's pretty insane, So I'm really glad they actually updated the arena to the top 400. So I'm assuming that will definitely cut the arena scores at least half to a fourth of what it used to be. So I'm gonna give you guys my arena prediction for Moondragon. So let's take a look at Moondragon. So champions. Moondragon. So let's start with a 6-star Moondragon. Here are my thoughts when it comes to the 6-star Moondragon. Moondragon. There she is. So let me give you my thoughts about Moondragon first before my arena prediction. I think she's a good champion if you know how to use her. But there's a problem with that. It just requires so much time and skill to having to use her, when there are champions that doesn't require that much skill and they're good, So for a lot of people, like especially like someone like me who spends now spend less than an hour a day playing MCOC, we just can't be bothered having to having to learn each champion. Hopefully Kabam takes note on this, because somehow every champion that's been coming out lately, it's like you have to read a textbook just to know how they work. It just doesn't make sense. It would really be nice if most of their characters are like pretty basic, because most people who play this game don't play 3 hours a day or more, playing MCOC. So she's one of those champions that you really have to require to a lot of skill, a lot of time investment and skill to learn. And I don't think she's gonna go very high in the arena because of that. She's definitely gonna be underrated because of the time and skill to learn her. And there are like champions like Kitty Pryde or Tigra that people think don't even consider them being the best champion in their class, because the time and skill required to play with them. Why would you play with Kitty Pryde when you can just use Archangel, parry in heavy, and win the game, right? Doesn't it wouldn't make sense. And then why use Tigra? Why bother learning to use Tigra, that requires skill and patience to learn, when you could use Doctor Doom when you just parry in heavy? It doesn't make sense, right? Or use Diablo just using auto fight, in lower quests like Realm of Legends or Uncollected and stuff like that. I personally can't wait till we get a 7-star rank 6 Diablo. Wow. You'd be pretty much auto fighting everything you see now in the game, obviously with a few exceptions, but I've seen a 6-star rank 4 SIG 200 Diablo. What is that? When it comes to EOP Dormammu, taking 48 hits from EOP Dormammu, and guess what? How much health did he finish with? 100% health. From apathetic god. He took 48 hits from EOP Dormammu and still finished with 100% health. Imagine that was a 6-star rank 4. Imagine a 7-star rank 6 Diablo with better synergy and better relic designed for him. Speaking of relics, if you manage to pull 6-star Gambit, you know, Buddy Lee has a great video when it comes to Gambit and his relic. I mean, one of the best relics in the game when it comes to Gambit that was designed for him. I think Gambit is one of the most underrated champions in the game. People thought his buff was not good, or when his buff details came out, and I thought it was good. And then what happened? They nerfed his damage before his buff came live. Even then, I think Gambit is still underrated. So let's go back to Moondragon. So my prediction for Moondragon, I'm gonna go with 80 million for the 6-star. You want to add 20% to your score to be safe, and to be extremely safe, add 50% to your score. Go to 120 million. I think 120 million is a very extremely safe score. That's almost as high as Shang-Chi came out when the first 6-star came out in the arena. So if you go to 120 million, that's pretty much guaranteed to get Moondragon as a 6-star. So there are a lot of there's a huge margin of error, or should I say a small margin of error. So I would strongly suggest to go at least 80 million, because there's no details as far as these data, how high they go. So the margin of error is very small. So I mean, if you're trying to go for Moondragon and hitting 6, and you will put up 60 million for the 6-star, well, congratulations, you just got yourself a 5-star Moondragon. Okay, this is possible that she can go below 60 million as a 6-star. Yes, of course there is, but there are very small chance. So I would strongly suggest to put at least 80 million for 6-star Moondragon, and you want to be safe, add 20% to your score and go to 96 million. And then if you want to be extremely safe, and that's pretty much guaranteed to get her, add 50% to your score, go to 120 million for the 6-star Moondragon. When it comes to the 5-star Moondragon, it is now the top 5%. So I would say go to 25 billion to get the 5-star Moondragon. You want to be safe, add 20% to your score. You want to be extremely safe, add 50% to your score. So that would be 37.5 million. Personally, if I was going for a champion, even as a 5-star like Apocalypse in the arena, I wouldn't mind putting probably like 6 hours in the arena just to get like a 5-star champion of a champion I really want to get. So 37.5 million for the 5-star isn't that bad, about 6 hours of worth of time. So let's go to the basic arena. So that was the feature arena. Now when it comes to the basic arena, we have Shuri. So Shuri just got a buff, or should I say balance? It would say more than balance. Slightly better than balance, but they did nerf his limit when it comes to shocks. She can only put 50 now instead of 99. Before she was able to do 99, but overall she's better than she used to be. So I think her balance is not bad. It's actually pretty decent. So when it comes to 6-star Shuri, I would go with 20 million. You want to be safe, add 20% to your score, and you want to be extremely safe, add 50% to your score for 6-star Shuri. When it comes to the 5-star Shuri, I would go to 10 million for the 5-star, and you want to be safe, add 20% to your score, and you want to be extremely safe, I would add 50% to your score. So these are my arena prediction for the new arena. So I would strongly suggest you put the minimum scores that I suggested at the very least for the champions, especially if you want to get Moondragon. I would strongly suggest to put at least 80 million for the 6-star Moondragon. Thank you.